The software engineering landscape just experienced a massive seismic shift. Forget about rudimentary autocomplete algorithms. Forget about ChatGPT helping you debug a single isolated Python script. Was yesterday's news. The era of the simple coding assistant is officially dead and gone. We have rapidly entered the aggressive age of fully autonomous AI software engineers. And if you write raw code for a living, your entire career trajectory just changed overnight. Baseline value for what a junior developer contributes just crashed to zero. You are no longer simply competing against a fresh computer science graduate sitting in a cubicle. You are actively competing against silicon that never needs to sleep. This is not some futuristic science fiction narrative. This is not a distant forecast for the year 2030. This is happening right now on high-speed servers across Silicon Valley. Major technology companies are quietly restructuring their entire back-end engineering pipeline. They are waking up to a very hard financial truth. Human capital is fundamentally expensive and wildly unpredictable. Human capital takes weekends off and gets burned out. Artificial intelligence agents do not. They work endlessly without complaint. They iterate at light speed. They deploy complex architecture seamlessly. The most terrifying part of this entire equation: elite software engineers are actively building the exact intelligent tools explicitly designed to replace traditional developers. We are rapidly automating our own human automation. If you think this is just another standard tech hype cycle, you are fatally wrong. Foundational infrastructure of the internet is being handed over to autonomous neural networks. Stick around, because today we are breaking down exactly how these new synthetic agents operate. We will show you precisely which companies are engineering them. Most importantly, we will tell you exactly how to survive the incoming massive wave of algorithmic redundancy. The future waits for absolutely nobody. Let's cut straight through the theoretical noise and get highly specific. Enter Devin, built by the brilliant mind at the stealth startup Cognition AI. Devin is definitively not another glorified chatbot wrapper. It is officially the world's first fully autonomous AI software engineer. When you give standard ChatGPT a complex prompt, it spits out a static block of code. You still have to painstakingly copy that code. You have to manually run it locally. You have to personally hunt down the inevitable syntax errors yourself like a detective. Devin completely obliterates that severely outdated and manual workflow. Devin actually lives inside its own secure digital sandbox environment. It possesses its own dedicated command line interface. It has its own functional code editor and an active web browser. You simply hand the agent a high-level operational goal in plain English. Devin then executes that complex task with terrifying autonomy. It actively browses the web to read the latest updated API documentation. It writes the required back-end code entirely from scratch. Spins up a temporary virtual environment to aggressively test that code. When it inevitably encounters a fatal runtime bug, it does not freeze or ask for help. It intelligently reads the raw error log, modifies the syntax logically, and recompiles perfectly. It iterates continuously until the original problem is entirely and flawlessly solved. This is a closed-loop agentic workflow in its absolute purest form. It is actively setting new benchmark records on the intense SWE bench coding evaluations. It is autonomously resolving real-world GitHub at a truly unprecedented speed. It is effectively compressing a full week of tedious developer grunt work into a few minutes of cheap compute time. The underlying technology relies on highly advanced reinforcement learning frameworks combined with massive language models. These models are essentially trained to logically reason through complex multi-step problems over long operational time horizons. Do not just mindlessly predict the next logical text token. They intelligently plan and execute entire scalable software architecture. So why does this specific and massive technological breakthrough actually matter to you? Because it radically and permanently alters the fundamental economics of launching a new tech company. The heavily entrenched traditional Silicon Valley startup model is suddenly looking incredibly obsolete. Previously, building a scalable web application required hiring an expensive army of narrow specialists. First, you desperately needed a specialized database architect. You needed dedicated front-end and highly paid back-end developers. Finally, you needed a stressed-out DevOps engineer just to keep the production servers alive. The collective monthly financial burn rate for these human salaries was absolutely astronomical. fully autonomous agents aggressively shatter this rigid financial barrier to entry right now. Today, a highly visionary and ambitious founder does not need 10 junior software engineers. They honestly only need one highly skilled and experienced senior architect. That single human architect acts as a high-level strategic software conductor. They orchestrate, review, and manage a tireless digital army of cheap AI agents doing the heavy lifting. The fundamental cost of generating functional software is rapidly trending steadily toward absolute zero. This dramatically means the sheer velocity of modern software innovation is about to scale exponentially. We are currently standing on the immediate precipice of a massive Cambrian explosion of new software applications. Hyper-niche digital problems that were previously too wildly expensive to solve manually are now highly viable targets. If a digital agent costs only 50 cents of raw cloud compute to write a custom application, the entire economic game changes entirely. Software is truly eating the physical world, and AI agents are driving the digital bulldozer. You are witnessing the absolute and undeniable democratization of hyperscale coding execution. So what does this massive shift actually mean for the immediate future of human programmers? Let me be explicitly and brutally clear. Basic prompt engineering is a dead-end street. The heavily marketed popular narrative that you just need to learn how to write better ChatGPT text prompts is completely false. Basic code generation is now entirely and fully commoditized. Knowing the highly specific syntax for a complex React hook is no longer a valuable or highly paid professional skill. The new extremely valuable premium skill is deep and robust system thinking. You must fundamentally stop acting like a low-level manual code monkey. You must rapidly start acting like a high-level technical product manager. You desperately need to intimately understand the underlying architecture of scalable cloud infrastructure systems. You need to precisely know how multiple distinct data streams interact flawlessly within a locked ecosystem. You need to deeply understand the critical foundational business logic that drives actual market revenue. The adaptable humans who successfully survive this brutal transition will be the ones who can look at a blank digital canvas and design a master structural plan. They will seamlessly hand that highly detailed architectural blueprint to a tireless army of identical AI agents. They will strategically monitor the raw execution logs and aggressively manage the automated QA testing protocols. Near future belongs exclusively to the strategic technical architects. It most certainly does not belong to the manual human typist. If your only real competitive market advantage is memorizing old, outdated documentation, you are in very serious financial trouble. The industry goalposts have aggressively moved. The cold, hard reality of the situation is that raw technological evolution fundamentally does not care about your personal feelings. It completely does not care about your incredibly expensive and prestigious computer science degree. We are collectively living through an absolutely unprecedented transition moment in modern human history. The fundamental nature of structural digital creation is being completely rewritten directly from the silicon ground up. You essentially have two very distinct and binary choices moving forward right now. You can aggressively deny this incoming reality and slowly watch your precious job get permanently outsourced to a ruthless algorithm. Or you can quickly adapt your mental skill set and aggressively leverage these powerful new agentic tools to your massive unfair operational advantage. You needed to start aggressively experimenting with open-source autonomous web agents today. You must relentlessly learn how to properly architect scalable advanced cloud environments. You need to focus your energy entirely on high-level strategic digital problem-solving. This is the exact critical moment where the next generation of tech billionaires is quietly being forged in the shadows. Do not get casually left behind in the digital dust. Welcome officially to the brutal frontline of the AI technological revolution. This is NeonSync AI. We relentlessly cut directly through the massive market noise to bring you pure operational signal. If you found this deep technical breakdown valuable, smash that aggressive subscribe button right now. Join our elite global community of tech-savvy future builders and startup operators. Hit the crucial notification bell so you never miss a critical industry update. And let us aggressively build the next massive technological future, one highly efficient digital minute at a time. Stay hungry, stay automated.